Hello, what's up everybody? So here I am again today. I have a new proposition. I know that lots of you really enjoyed my first cha-cha video where I did some warm-up exercises, and I know that even some non-dancers have joined. So what I'm going to do today is a few of those exercises along with some stretches, which is so important. I have taken this time for quarantine to actually work a little bit on my stretches. I feel like without the movement I'm getting more and more stiff, and we all are probably sitting around too much. So I'm hopefully going to help you with that, doing something that you can do here at home. Okay, so this is going to be a follow along exercise. I'm going to do it with you. The first thing we're going to do is focus on our breath. We're just going to go a little bit flex, a little bit our knees, close the arms in, and then breathe in, and down, breathe out. And open your arms wide, reach up and down, and wide, reach up and down. As you go into this semi-squat position, I want you to push your hips back, so not to arch your back, but I want you to hinge from the hips, keep your back straight, keep your chest up. Here we go. Couple more breaths. All right, let's do some twisting. So I'm gonna look behind the back. You can rotate your feet as well. So we're just gonna try to loosen up the body. Next one is going to be the hugging. You're going to hug yourself, open the arms, hug, open, cross one arm over, then cross the other arm over. So hug your back, open, hug your back, and try to reach back as far as you can, opening up the chest. Here we go. Couple more. Now we're going to do one arm up, one arm down. We're going to reach 1, 2, 1, 2, opening up shoulder and chest. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Couple more. Good. Big circle rotations, reach back as wide as you can. And reverse, reach forward. Now as you reach forward, I want you to push your chest back so you start opening up the region between the shoulder blades. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to take a moment here. We're going to reach forward with the fingers. We're going to reach back with the chest, so push your sternum back. Open up the shoulder blades and just breathe. And from here we're going to tuck our chin down and keep breathing. Keep pushing forwards with your fingers. Keep reaching back with your chest, opening the shoulder blades. And reaching down with your chin. and relax. Very good. Okay, little rotation, now upper torso only. So we're gonna go into our practice hold, like for ballroom. I'm gonna do it from behind. So elbows up, we're just gonna rotate. And I want you to use the size of the body. I want you to elongate and lift the rib cage. So nice position. So we're not gonna do it like this. We're gonna stretch the torso, elbows up, keeping the shoulders down, so careful that the shoulders don't round forward. So if that happens, you need to reset, pull your shoulder blades down, even if your elbows have to be slightly lower. So just try to get as high as possible without the shoulders coming up. And twist. 1, 2. Right forward, left forward. 1, 2. 1, 2. We're gonna first keep the head forward. Now we're going to keep the head slightly to the left, and I want the head to go with it. Now we're going to go to the other side, so neck slightly to the right, and follow your right elbow. Very good. And relax. We're gonna roll our hips, just nice and loosely. Try to keep your chest still. And reverse. Very good. To warm up our hip, we're gonna go one knee up, out to the side, put the foot down. Bring the knee in front of you, knee up, out to the side, foot down. Here we're looking for pelvis being stable, so we don't want to start to twist the body. If you need to hold on to your couch or a chair, you can do this. Just put your fingers gently for a little support, but what we want is tummy tucked in, rib cage up, and just lift as high as you can. If this is as far as you go, then this is fine. And then little by little, you will get a little bit more range of motion. The important is to do this exercise moving only from the groin. We don't want the whole body to go with it. So pelvis being square and gentle knee rotations. Eventually, you'll be able to get at least up to your waist height. So if you do this daily, you're gonna get more balance, you're gonna get more flexibility of the joint. And we're gonna reverse. So we're gonna go out to the side first, then we're gonna pull the knee up in front of you and down. Out to the side, knee up, in front and down, and circle. Keep focusing on your breath. And we're going to change legs. So if you need to hold on to something. So knee up, out to the side and down, in front of you, knee up, out to the side, down. Make sure your pelvis and your core stay stable, and we rotate. And we reverse. So out to the side, up, in front of you, and down, out, up, in front, and down, and circle. Very good. From here now, tummy in. I want to bring the knee up, extend the leg, flex your foot, and extend your foot, put the foot down. Knee up, extend the leg, flex the foot, extend the foot, and down. Knee, flex, extend, flex, reach forward, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. Let's switch legs. So you're going to go knee up, extend your leg, flex the foot, extend, and down. Again, if you need to hold on to something, so if you have a chair by your side, this may be helpful. It doesn't matter how high the leg goes at the moment, so maybe at this angle will be far enough and comfortable. What I want is when you extend the leg to try not to lower the knee. So I want to try to keep the knee at the same height. You might already feel some tension in your quads, and then as you reach the foot, we want to get some stretching on your calves, and down. And then eventually you may get your leg a little bit higher. I'm not great at this, so this is a good exercise for me. Also make sure you're not arching your back to bring your leg up. Yeah? If this is as far as you go, then that's perfectly fine. Practice is the key. Very good. Now, for the next one, you're gonna need a chair by your sides, okay? So get that chair and we'll be back. Okay, so we have our chair. So what I want you to do is, first of all, we're gonna be sitting on the chair, but I want you to think of this position. So as you sit, I want you to push the chest up and I want you to push your hips back. So I'm gonna create distance between my chest and the hips. Now from here, I want you to push from your heels and try to maintain the same position. So push from the heels, get up. Now, to reach back onto the sitting position, I want you to reach back from your hips, keep the chest lifted, keep the chest forward, and reach, sit on the edge. Very good. Now from this position, I'm gonna push from the heels, I'm gonna maintain the same position, and we're gonna get up. And maybe if you can, you're gonna reach your arms forward, you're gonna sit, reach back, hinging from the hips, keep the chest forward, keep the chest lifted. Reach your arms and push from your heels. And hinge back, reach from your hips, and lift. And again, reach back from your hips and hinge. We're working for the front of the legs, but also we're working towards the squat position, which is something quite hard to achieve. So we're gonna reach and down. Now what I want you is, I don't want you to sit. So if you're just collapsing, I want you to go as slowly as possible and with the utmost control. Very good. And reach forward. So, and reach back with the hips and forward. As you go forward, you want to tuck your glutes in, and then opening up again, reach back from your hips, reach forward, tuck your hips under, and reach back and forward. Now, if you can already master this, then I want you to stop from the moment you're just tapping on the chair, so don't sit, and reach forward. So we're just gonna tap and reach forward, and tap and reach forward, and tap and reach forward, and tap, reach forward, tap, reach forward. Very good. For the last one, we're going to just hover off the chair and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. One more time. Ready, and just hovering. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Very good. If you managed to do all the 2 sets, well done. Now, you're probably already feeling nice and warm, so I'm gonna put the chair on the side for now. Finally, just one more for our ankles. Just gonna reach, point the toe forward, and we're gonna do some toe circles. I'm gonna first circle clockwise with my right foot, and reverse. And once more clockwise. And reverse. And change foot. And rotate outwards. And reverse. And once more outwards. And reverse. All right, give it a little shake. So we got the blood flowing. Now the second part, we're gonna focus more on stretches. The first thing I want you to stretch is gonna be your neck. So I'm gonna do this in a mirror position. So I want you to reach to the left. So ear towards the shoulder. Now do make sure that the shoulder doesn't come up. So we want to keep the shoulders down, keep your core engaged. So nice posture, and just reach to your left. Take a couple of deep breaths. Now if you want, you can go with your left hand. You're gonna just reach over the top of your head, and as you breathe down, you can gently push a little bit to your left. So push a little bit down and breathe, and try to reach a little bit forward. Very gentle. I want you to use about 10% of your force, so don't push it too hard. You don't want to strain it, just a gentle stretch. Very good. And gently release back to the center, and let's go to the other side. So now right ear to right shoulder. Make sure your shoulders are down. Couple of deep breaths. And right arm over and gently push. Breathe in. And release. Very good. Now right arm is gonna cross behind your back as such, and we're gonna look 45 degrees to the right, and then we're gonna go chin down. Make sure that the shoulders stay down. Couple of deep breaths. And if you want, right hand can go slightly over, so catch the back of your neck. And as you breathe out, gently push down. Very gently, use 2 fingers. And gently release. And we're gonna cross right arm on the left if you've done the left. So we're gonna cross left arm. And then we're gonna look 45 degrees to the right and down. And the other arm comes over and gently push down. Make sure you keep the shoulder down. And release. Now, I want you to get left arm up. The right one is going to cross under, and you're going to try to reach with your fingers, you're going to interlace and catch the palm of your hand. We're going to open up the shoulder blades. Keep your hips under, tuck your tummy in, and take a few deep breaths. We're gonna do the other arm, so arm crosses under, hand reaches, and push, opening up the shoulder blades. Great. I'm going to use my chair again. We're going to sit on the chair, straight back, tummy in, feet are parallel, knees apart, hip width apart. I'm going to twist to one side, try to keep the hips facing forward, and look behind your back. Go as far as you can, and hold, and breathe. As you breathe deeper, you try to go more and more into the stretch. And reach to the other side. Very good. We go onto our glutes now. So from this seated position, I would like you to cross one leg over. Keep the chest up. You're gonna lower towards your knees. So try again not to round the back. Keep the chest up, and you should start to feel the stretch in your glutes, maybe a little bit in your hamstrings as well. So just get into a position where you get a gentle stretch. If you don't feel it yet, you may go a little bit lower into your elbows, keeping your back straight. Keep the foot crossover. You can also change the angle of the foot and you'll get a slightly different stretch. And just hold. And you can try to go a little bit deeper. Great. And switch legs. Put the foot down, cross one foot over, chest up, reach forward with the chest, and hinge. One side may be tighter than the other, it's completely normal. Try to practice this every day on both sides and you'll get more and more flexible. So when you come back, you're going to be an even better dancer. And come up. Very good. Now, we've practiced hinging back from the hips, so I want you to reach your arms up. We're gonna hinge back from the hips and keep the chest up, keep the arms lifted. We're gonna reach, and you should start a gentle stretch on your hamstrings. Make sure your back is not being rounded, so if so, you can bend your knees slightly to start, reach up with the arms, and then hinge back from your hips. From this position, now try and straighten your legs. You should feel the pull just on the hamstrings. The important thing, it will be not to round your spine at the moment, but to keep your chest up and lifted, keep the hips pushing up and back, keep the chest pushing forward and upwards. If you can go lower, then that's great. If you need support from your couch, you can also put your hands on your couch, on your chair, and you can keep your chest lifted and then slightly bend from your elbows. Keeping your hips pushing back, and there you go. As soon as you feel a little stretch, you're gonna hold that position and hold. Great, so from the same position, I'm gonna hinge back from the hips, forward with the chest, but this time I'm gonna go 45 degrees to your right, and you're going to reach. So you're gonna feel a more powerful stretch just on one leg now. So you're gonna try to keep your arms up, or if you need, you may support yourself on the couch and then reach towards that leg. So keeping the chest up, keeping the hips back, make sure you're not rounding your back, and you want to think the chest is going to lower towards the knee, but not in this direction, so keeping the spine as straight as possible. You're going to feel a powerful stretch on your hamstrings. Keep breathing. The more you breathe out, the more you reach forward and down. And come up. Now we're going to do the same thing towards the other leg. So arms up, rotate 45 degrees to your left, and you're going to reach forward. If you need to hold on to that chair, hold on to that chair. Keep your hips back, keep your stretch forward. So from this angle, and feel the pull on your other hamstring. And relax. Holding on to your chair again or to your couch, I want you to try to grab your foot, pull your foot towards your bum, but at the same time I need you to tuck the tummy in and tuck the hips under. So now you should feel the stretch on the front of the leg, and just push the foot as comfortable as possible. If that is not possible, then I'm going to get my chair, and then what I want you to do is to simply tuck your foot in, and then from this position tuck your hips under. So if you already feel the stretch on your quad, then that's great. Then you just stay in this position. If you can reach and grab your foot, then you can go deep into the stretch. So whatever is comfortable for you, just one position or the other. So remember, it's just trying to get a little bit more flexible each day. And let's switch legs. So I can hold on to my couch, I can put my foot in and just get that stretch. Or if you can grab your foot, then even better. If you need to hold on, please do so. It's hard to balance on one leg. If you already can balance on one leg, then maybe you can grab with both hands and push towards your bum. Make sure you keep the hips under, so you don't want to push and then hinge forward. Keep the hips under, keep the core in, and here we'll be practicing balance as well. If you need to hold on, that's perfectly fine. And release. Okay, the next one, we want to stretch the front of our hips. So this one is a really hard one to achieve, but it's really important because if you sit for long periods of time, these muscles are always contracted and it's quite hard to get into the front of the hip. Now, one of the best ways to do it is on the floor, but I know that most of you might not be able to get into this position with the knees on the floor. So we're going to try to use our couch and get the same stretch. So what I want you to do is to put your leg down on the couch. You're gonna reach a little bit, scooch forward with your other foot. Now we're gonna tuck our hips under, and you're gonna gently hinge forward and lunge forward into your front knee. Now here is, if you keep your butt under, you should feel the stretch on the front of the hip. And this is great. So breathe in, keep the chest up, keep the tummy tucked in, and reach forward. Keep tucking your hips under. So you should feel a stretch here. This is going to be quite powerful, so you just want to hold, don't go too deep. If you feel any pain that doesn't feel like stretch, then of course you should stop. And release. And now we're going to swap legs. So I'm going to put my knee down. I'm going to get my knee to go a little bit past my hips. I'm going to scooch forward with my foot. I'm going to tuck my hips under, and now I'm going to reach forward. So gentle lunge. I already feel the stretch on the front of my hip. This is great, so I'm just going to stay here. And maybe you can go a little bit deeper. And relax. Very good. And finally, my last stretch for today is going to be the inner thighs. What we're going to do, we're going to use our chair again. We're going to sit. Now you know how to sit. You're going to hinge back from your hips, keeping your chest up, keep the spine lifted. I'm just going to sit on the edge of my chair, and I want you to open up your knees as wide as you can. So you don't need to go too deep. We're going to use our arms to push them apart. So what I want you to do is, with your right arm, you're going to lean towards your leg, and then with your other hand you're going to touch the inside of the other knee, and I want you to hinge forward, and I want you to push these two hands, these two arms apart. And if you need, you're going to open your knees a little bit wider and breathe. Make sure again you don't touch your back, so you need to keep your chest up and push them apart. And relax, and that's it. That's my warm-up and stretch routine for each morning as you wake up. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.